Hello, today what I'm going to do is show you the contents of the Apocabox December 2019. This box is Back to the Basics box, and what I had just shown is what they call the Survival Striker. Comes in this nice cotton heavy duty bag, very nice. And also, this is the skills challenge of the month as well. Jamie Burley came up with this idea. You have a couple fish hooks up here. You've got duct tape, some fishing line, and paper clips in here. So you can fashion a pole for fishing. Also, this here is some charred rope, cordage. And they send a piece of flint also that fits inside here. So that has your fire and your fishing needs right in that kit. Then they send this striker. Has a divot here for a bow drill spindle. And as you've seen, it works great as a striker. But you can put it on a stick like this here with the duct tape, and you can wind your line around it. For using to, basically you take out your line, you cast it out there, and then you can wind your line around this here to carry it for storage and so on. So just a unique item, and thought it's pretty cool because a striker's always a nice item to get in a Apocabox. I love flint and steel method, and as you've seen, it works great. Next item is this 7-inch polished and handcrafted buffalo bone spearhead. Now, you can use this for practicing halving skills, or a letter opener, as he mentions, or it's just a great conversation piece. Now you can see it's a little crooked, it's not perfectly straight, but most bones aren't. So that's how I knew, because it feels like plastic, but it is authentic buffalo bone. So very cool item, and one day I may actually halve this just as a conversation piece. There's also a advertisement here, Learn Outdoor Skills Online, and it just has a whole bunch that the Apocabox subscribers can check out and purchase if they like, because there's a lot of info in these. How to build the perfect bug out bag, how to tie 8 must-know hitches, then how to take a knife from dull to scary sharp. Just a lot of information here that is offered to the Apocabox subscribers. So pretty cool as well. And gonna check out a really cool item that I am really enjoying thus far. That is the Pocket Guide to Natural Cordage. Now this here has the different plants and also from different areas and so on, but it also shows the easy ways to process, the cambium layer, the inner layer of a plant to use as cordage on some species and such. So very, very useful. And you can see Creek here, just stripping off lengths and lengths and yards of cordage material by soaking it in a stream. Just a lot of useful information in here, and I've made a lot of natural cordage, so I find this very interesting. They had thrown this in as well. It's a handy dandy pack type compass. Now this one here, as you can see, has a little button compass put in this wood. That wood is varnished or shellacked or something, and then a leather thong. Now I looked at that and thought, button compasses, I don't really rely on them because you can pick up 10 and they all show different directions. You know, so what I would do is I would check this and see if it's actually correct with a compass that I trust. And as long as it's floating, I should be able to get a general idea and direction. So it's something that someone may want to carry. Myself, I probably won't, but I may give it away to a friend or whatever, because, you know, it is a nice little piece of handcrafted gear. Someone took the time to drill that hole, glue in a compass, cut the wood, and put a thong on there. So there was time, and time is money, so that there is still a nice little piece for this box. They also added this Gerber shard, it's called. It's got a little pry bar on it. It's got Phillips screwdriver. I've actually used this already. And a bottle cap opener. So just something that I can add to my keys. It's a little weight to it, but I've got a lot on this keychain already. But I can do a lot with this little group of keys and gadgets. So that there was just another nice little item that I can add, because a lot of times when I'm changing batteries and different things and so on out in the bush, it takes a Phillips screwdriver. Now I have one. This here is another item. This one here is Ento Life Kickers White Cheddar Roasted Cricket Snack. That's what that is right there. I'm not going to open this right now. I'm going to save this and take it out the woods sometime and try it with some friends and such. But yeah, I've eaten cricket snacks from the Apocabox before, and the white cheddar is just it's gonna taste like white cheddar pretty much. I know that I had I believe it was nacho chips that was made with cricket flour, and they tasted like nacho chips. So with the flavorings and such, the crickets themselves don't have a whole lot of taste, but that should be pretty tasty. Lastly is the dog bone draw knife. This here and the striker are the big items, the main items of the box in my opinion. Striker, I love it. This here, I'm loving it as well. Has a paper here of all the things you can do with it as well. And they have it used for batoning. They have it used for a light chopper and such as well, and as a draw knife. Now, what they actually did is they sent you 2 dowels and a piece of paracord. I just put the paracord through here like this here, but you're meant to use this paracord as a lanyard and such. But this here is your draw knife right here. It has a cover, which is leather, and that is your draw knife right there. I put that through so I can just do this. Then I don't have to worry about it falling off and so on. And now I can use it as a draw knife. I'll just do that there, and then I can use it as a draw knife. But it keeps it from just falling down through, because these here are just meant to just slip in and hang on to kind of thing. It's up to you what you want to do. That's just what I did to try it out. But we're going to give this a little try and see how it actually works. And for actually batoning, hang on to it here, put it on, split your wood with it. As a light chopper, you can hang on to it like this. That's where you put the lanyard on and chop it for light chopping as well. You know, so as long as you can think of a safe way to use a tool, it can be a multi-tool. Wow, that works nice. Now you can flip this over as well. One is for really deep cuts. The other way is for shallow cuts. So let's try this. This here would be for deep cuts. Now I prefer the other method, but you can also use this as a scraper. Well, actually, going to correct myself. The other way is for shallow cuts. This way is for deep cuts. Now you can also use this as a scraper as well. So a nice little handy tool if you had to make a bow for sure in the woods, or if you wanted to make a little plank or whatever to cook on. There's many uses for something like this here. Now these here fit very loose in here. Now if you wanted to, you could actually come out here, make a couple branches that fit tighter, taper them and so on. These ones here I have to play with a little bit, you know, just because they want to, you know, fall through. I have to try to get it, you know, like this, and then try to get this here over. So if you don't want to, I mean, this works, but if you want to actually, you know, make a couple handles, it's all up to you. You know, if you're only using a couple things like this is fine. And it does work. Works great. So I really like this. Many uses. And I'm real curious. So let's see if I can use this. I was thinking maybe as a striker for flint and steel. I'm pretty sure you probably can, but I'm not going to grab this like that with this sharp blade. You know, if that slips, I'm going to open myself up. So maybe that's not a good idea to try. Maybe if I put the leather over it, we could try something like that. But in an emergency, I could use it, because I'm pretty sure what I'm going to do instead is I'll turn it up like this and I'll strike down that way. Do not want to cut myself with this. This is very sharp. So I'm going to put this over like that, but I'm going to just hang on to that really tight. That way there I'm not going to hurt myself. Don't try this at home, because safety's always first. I'm just curious if this will throw a spark. And if you find yourself needing to use it in flint and steel, if you can find a safe way to do it, it may be a lifesaver. So let's just see if it will throw a spark. Well, right there it's not. It may be just the edge that's hardened. Try it this way. Oh, I got sparks there. I have to get rid of that and just hang on to it up here. Oh yeah, there you go. We got sparks. So if you can find a safe way to do this, it will throw a spark with a sharp rock. So just something good to know. Usually most of the tools that Reptile Tool Works actually make and temper usually will throw a spark. So just a nice addition to a nice tool. So that is the contents of the 2019 December Apocabox. And I really enjoy this box. There's a lot of items that I will be using. And I'll leave a link down below where you can check out the Apocabox. I want to thank you for watching, and happy 2020.